One of the terms in leadership that I hold most dear is the term servant leader. And servant leader means different things to different people, but the trait that most comes to the surface for me is humility. But there was a communications firm that quantified what the attributes were that the most people attributed to servant leaders. And here's what they discovered. These are the top 10. Servant leaders are often good listeners, empathetic, healing, awareness, persuasive, good at conceptualizing things, have foresight, have stewardship, have a commitment to the growth of the people around them, and help build communities. I think that pretty well sums up Joan Kleinman. Joan Kleinman, for more than 2 decades, has served our country, our state, and our county with tremendous distinction. She has been a voice of reason, and she has been a tremendous partner and a glue and a bridge on so many complicated issues across our state. And there are countless numbers of people that reside in our state who have brought forward very complicated issues to the Van Hollen office, and through Joan's leadership, help resolve many of those issues and improve their lives, and thus improve the lives of all of us. So Joan, it is always such a pleasure to see you in meetings. It is always such a pleasure to see you in the community. You've represented Chris so well, but you've represented all of us, really. And so it's an honor and privilege to be serving as council president during this term, to be able to kick us off here. But all of my colleagues I know want to speak, to say a few words and expressing their gratitude to you for your remarkable leadership. So we're going to go down the list here. First, we're going to start with Councilmember Navarro.
Thank you. Well, Joan, this is really hard because I know I can speak for everyone in a selfish way. It's always so comforting to know that one can pick up the phone and one can present to you any challenge, what's anything, and you will follow up and you will be there to make sure that everything is taken care of immediately. And every time I think of how much we love and admire Senator Van Hollen when he was first, a congressman, et cetera, when I began to interact a lot with your office, there is no doubt that that has a lot to do with you, because there you are, always understanding exactly what it is that our community needs. And what I have to say from the bottom of my heart is just thank you, because there are many issues that have, a lot of constituents behind it, but there are a lot of other issues that perhaps do not, is the invisible faces. And I know that my office would often reach out to you about some complicated issues that those who sometimes are invisible were facing. And every single time, with the sense of absolute humility, dedication, and humanity, you always responded and you always were there to help. So thank you for everything that you have done, as has been said, for not just our county, but our state and our nation and the world, to be actually accurate. Thank you so much, and I hope that you just enjoy your time now, because you have served us so well. Thank you, John.
Joan, good morning. Thank you for loving our community and loving our country. And that's really what your work has been and what you've been doing. And here in the council and in Montgomery County, we help fix Wisconsin Avenue and Connecticut Avenue and Georgia Avenue. And you do all of that and connect it with Pennsylvania Avenue. And that really is what has fortified our relationship and has made you so important to all of our collective work. And I look forward to seeing more photos of your family on social media, which I know you've already been enjoying. And thank you for your lifetime of commitment.
So Joan has had the pleasure of seeing me since I was a member of Young Dems quite some time ago. And Joan, let me just say that as I've now matriculated into this role with the National Association of Counties, I think oftentimes we take for granted what we have here in Montgomery County. We take for granted that we have a dedicated person like yourself who understands the issues and commits to solving them. I mean, that's what has happened time after time again, whether it was immigration issues that we faced, whether it was budget funding issues that we faced, whether it was just the simple, a person needed to get a passport so that they could go on a trip. These are all things that happen as a result of people who care. And they all contribute to the quality of life that individuals have here in Montgomery County. Something that we are incredibly blessed with, and we heard throughout our presentation today. I do believe things happen for a reason. All of these things are tied together, and they're tied to great people like you. And so I hope that Senator Van Hollen can find another person who has that same dedication, who has that same heart, who has that same commitment that you've had, because we need that to continue and make sure that that great work that has happened for decades continues here. So thank you so much.
Joan, you've been like a Batman and Robin duo with the senator. You know, through your work, you have really exemplified what makes this county special, and with the senator have brought a character to the leadership of the community. And I think that is what I've always really appreciated, is knowing that there is someone who is thoughtful, who is focused, who has a really great demeanor, and is going to focus on the facts. And it has a big impact on how we all perceive the leadership of this county, what we're all about. And so I'm just really grateful for that work and wish you the very best, and look forward to seeing what you find to do next to move our community forward. And I know you will.
Well, Joan, you've been a friend and a mentor to all of us, to so many of us, to staff members, to elected officials, and really somebody who exemplifies what public service is, what it should be, what it can be. If you are a Batman and Robin duo with Senator Van Hollen, we won't tell the senator who's Batman and who's Robin. So hopefully he's not watching right now. But with grace, with passion, you really have been everything that public service should be, and we are all benefiting from that service. We'll continue to benefit from your service. We hope that you enjoy your time now, and certainly you've worked in the Van Hollen office, but you've worked for all of us, and we just are so grateful, so appreciative, and we'll continue to value everything that you've taught us, you've shown us, and you've done for us. So thank you so much.
I know that this is getting tiring for you, Joan, but candidly, we cannot say thank you enough. And I mean that sincerely. We have seen you over the years, how many people, as has been mentioned, you've been called Batman and Robin, you've been called a lot of things today. But the thing that was always the most comforting for all of us was that when somebody said, we have a problem, he said, well, let's call Joan Kleinman. And that is the most important thing that a constituent can ever hear, is that this problem is going to get solved. And to Councilmember Navarro's point, you know, there are some issues have such large constituencies, but to the person who is Social Security is missing, to the person it's their life, and somebody named Joan Kleinman would step in and take care of that. When we first heard the rumors that you were thinking about retiring, of course, we were not happy, and candidly, we're not that happy right now either. But when we first heard the rumors, I said, and we were on a Zoom with Senator Van Hollen, that I know that the county council would pass legislation that would make that illegal for you to retire. And I really, not that we agree on everything every time, that would be a 9-0, I'm telling you. And in fact, the senator said he would vote for it as well. So anyhow, thank you so much for what you do. And, you know, you should enjoy your retirement, but we're not going to let you retire. We're going to pester you pretty good. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Joan. So at this point, I feel like everything's been said, but my colleagues said very well exactly what I wanted to say, that you've been such a great partner and friend and mentor, as Andrew said, to work with. We all knew you as district director. Now we've had to work with you for many years as state director, and the universe of the problems that you've been able to apply yourself to and the complexity has just grown and grown. And you not only make Senator Van Hollen look good in all these challenging settings, you've been able to make Montgomery County and all of us look good as well. And so many of our viewers, I know, will never appreciate how difficult that is. And it's absolutely true what Nancy and Sydney have said, that you've not only been a masterful problem solver and public service servant at rounding up public federal funding and solving big complicated problems like keeping massive construction projects on track, but there's all these individual cases behind the scenes that you work out, and you dedicate yourself as much to them and any individual as you do to a huge multi-billion-dollar project. And that really, I think, says to me like where your heart is and how much you care about every individual in the county and the county as a whole. So we're really going to miss you. I'm realizing that I've all my time in public office has been during the Joan Kleinman era, and now I'm reconciling myself uncomfortably to the idea there's a post Joan Kleinman era. But I know you've trained such a great farm team that you're going to keep a tight watch on them and make sure they continue to succeed. So wish you all the best in your retirement, and we're going to stay in close touch. Thank you.
All right, great job, colleagues. I'm now going to read the proclamation, then turn it over to Joan to say some comments. Proclamation of Montgomery County. Whereas, for nearly 2 decades, Joan Kleinman has served our nation, our state, and our county with great honor and distinction. Her humble heart, keen wit, courageous leadership, and dedication to helping others produced an impeccable track record of public service, which has improved the lives of countless residents and their families. And whereas Joan was born and raised in New York State and moved to Washington, D.C. upon her graduation from Columbia Law School and Cornell University, she got waitlisted at Maryland, where she began her public service career as district director for then Congressman Chris Van Hollen, who represented Maryland's 8th Congressional District from 2003 until 2017. And whereas Joan's public service extended to the United States Senate, and when Mr. Van Hollen was elected to the upper chamber of Congress in November 2016, as his state director, Joan continued to oversee his constituent service and outreach operations and ensured that every constituent who sought assistance from Senator Van Hollen's office was treated with the utmost respect. And whereas it was through her compassionate vision and leadership that children and families were reunited, seniors and veterans received their benefits, service members, including Marylanders appointed to the U.S. service academies, were supported in their service to our nation, the homeless and sick were cared for, local small businesses were sustained and able to thrive, and most importantly, she took the time to mentor staff members, including Lillian Cruz, who's my deputy chief of staff now, to become the best versions of themselves. And whereas, as a pillar of our community, Joan also serves as the board of directors of her college tracks, which helps first-generation disadvantaged students navigate the college admissions process. Emerge Maryland, which recruits, trains, and helps elect Democratic women to public office, and the David and Dorothy Mullets-David Scholarship Fund, which provides financial support to Montgomery College students interested in public or community service. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County and all of our staff and central staff, who send their best wishes too, hereby honor the lifetime service of Joan Kleinman for her unwavering commitment to Montgomery County residents and whose vision has enriched our county, state, and nation in immeasurable ways. Signed on this day, March 22nd, 2022, by myself on behalf of all of my colleagues. Joan? And it's good to see you too, Sam. Thanks for being here.
Thank you all. I haven't had so many presentations since my bat mitzvah a few years ago. But you all reminded me why I have had the best job in the world over the last 19 years, making a difference in people's lives every single day, whether it's a small thing or a big thing. It was always a big thing to the people who called and asked for our help. So thank you. I worked for an extraordinary member of Congress who is a decent, hardworking public servant, and I know of no better. But thank you to all of you, because it was with your support, your ideas, your service that helped us do what we did. And we did so many projects together, and I thank you all. But we all know that the special sauce, the secret sauce to what we do is our staff. And I worked with incredibly talented, compassionate, resourceful people over the years whose heart was in it and worked so hard to help people get the government services and support that they need. And I'm pleased that my successor as State Director, Ashima Talvar, is here. I know that I have left this office and this enterprise in very solid hands, and I know you'll enjoy working with her. I'm proud that she was an intern for us many years ago, came back as staff, and knows exactly what Senator Van Hollen expects of the office that we run. And I thank, while I'm thanking people, my family, my husband Sam Whitten is here. My 93-year-old mother is, I'm sure, watching, as are my children, Ben, Ari, Molly, and my daughter-in-law, Saren Levy, and perhaps my grandson, Miles, who's 16 months old, but a once-in-a-generation mind. But thank you to all of you for the staff that you hired. One of the most important documents that hung over my desk on my bulletin board was the direct line to each of you and each member of your staff. And I knew that if a constituent contacted us with a county problem, I needed to make one phone call, and I knew that the problem would get solved quickly and well. So thank you all. I am incredibly humbled. As I said, I had the best job in the world. And you reminded me of all the reasons that while I miss it, I am happy to have sat here not checking my email for the first time in 19 years. So thank you all. I am really grateful.